If you have worked with a high-ticket coach or used high-ticket scripts or frameworks in the past and your close rate is still the same or perhaps even has gone down, then this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through the behind the scenes and secrets to my 98% show up rate and 85% close rate on my highest ticket offers to an audience, prospects that have only just discovered me online. So this is not selling to a warm audience or an engaged Instagram or social media following. This is an audience that is brand new to me and my offer. So if that is what you are here for, then let's dive in. I'm Esther, I'm the founder of Cotton Owl, and I help founders, consultants, coaches, high performing individuals, founders, scale and grow through messaging, copy, funnels, strategies, white glove client acquisition, and so much more. If you'd like to learn more, there are links below. Feel free to explore. I have a lot of free resources and then of course opportunities to work with me. But let's dive into the video. So the first step to having a successful show up rate is I do not wait until we actually have the conversation to pitch, to handle objections, to explain what my offer is, even disclose the price. Because this is where I find most high ticket programs focus on. They focus on handling objections. They focus on how do you disclose the price? How do you do this? How do you do that? And this is why a lot of founders are very frustrated with their sales conversations. In full disclosure, I don't like the word sales calls. I like the word conversations, because when I am stepping into a sales call, we are having a conversation because I've already sold before we are even in that room. All right, and that's what I'm going to walk you through in this video. So just want to clarify that. But because you're probably familiar with sales calls, I will use that terminology for this video. So before somebody has a sales call with you, if you have not built a relationship with them virtually, you are going to have to handle objections, and you are going to have to disclose the price, and you are going to have to hear, oh, that's expensive, let me talk to my spouse, let me think about it. And so this is where I see a lot of founders get really, really frustrated with the sales process because it's very unaligned with how they operate. They are not here to aggressively handle objections or to say the right thing at the right time. They are here to serve their clients at the highest level. And part of serving is selling, and they understand that. But the frameworks don't work for them. The sales tactics don't work for them. The high ticket coaches, maybe that helps a little bit, but it doesn't help move the needle enough. And so the reason is that you have not, through the strategy you have in place now, you are not building a virtual relationship with your client. And what I mean by that is when I am building out the entire strategy from somebody just seeing me and finding me online to having a conversation with me, there is a series of steps, and they're in an ordered way. Some people call it a funnel. You can call it whatever you desire. But this series of steps is intentionally crafted by me for my ideal client to give them an experience that they actually enjoy, and that is selling them on taking the next step and selling them on taking the next step. I am not selling the entire offer directly inside of one presentation or one piece of content or one email or one video. It's all done in an ordered fashion so that I am taking somebody from just finding me through my ads. And again, the ad is written in a specific way. The messaging and the copy is so important. How I'm showing up on camera is so important. How they're engaging with me is so important, because again, I want them to build a relationship with me through the ad first. And if you're using organic content, that's fine. I want you to think about your organic content the same way. If you're, posting on any of the social media platforms and you're showing up in a video, in a piece of content in video, it's the same concept. So it doesn't matter if you're using ad or organic, but it's the video, right? And so all of it is perception, and it's a perception of you and who you are and how excited you are about your offer and how convicted you are in your offer and your belief about your offer and your belief around the clients that you can help and your belief around what your offer can do for your ideal client. That is what pulls them in. That is what some define as magnetism, right? It's all of that working collectively together. I believe that is all driven by the belief and the conviction that you have in your offer. So that gets woven through your messaging. It gets woven through your copy so that when you have an ad written in a specific way, and this is what I write for my clients, this is what I write for myself, this is what I teach my clients how to write for themselves. When you write your ads, when you write your video content in a specific way, you are intentionally attracting and bringing through the client that you desire to work with, and you can repel very nicely, very discreetly, the clients that are just not a good fit for your offer, whether that's price point, whether that's their personality, whether that's where they are in terms of stepping into your offer, right? Because our offers at a high price point are not for everyone, and they should not be. And I see a lot of founders get stuck on niching down and focusing on their ideal client avatar, and there is nothing wrong with that. But I like to come in with a more broad mindset, which is I don't need to niche down. I work with founders in all different industries. My founders are doctors, healthcare providers, coaches, high-level consultants, executive coaches, right? So I work with a very, very big and vast array of clients. I don't say that my service is only for this specific type of person, but within what I do, I niche down further. You must have an offer that is priced at this particular price point. So high ticket is the niche, right? And so within that, though, we can go deeper, and I do. I am speaking to the identity and the person that I want to work with, dependent on where are they? How do they see themselves? When they're showing up in their business, how are they showing up in their business? When they see my ad in their feed, I want to pull in a really specific type of person. And so we do that through the copy, we do that through the messaging, you do that through how excited you are, your conviction, your energy, what's behind you, what's around you. All of that is painting this picture, and it's creating a virtual relationship for your client. So that's step one, all right? So inside of that now, once we have built a virtual relationship, and again, it's not just the ad, it's the opt-in page, it's the colors you're using on your opt-in page, it's the photos that you're using on your opt-in page, it's the video, whether you're using a webinar, I use video sales letters, it could be a challenge. How are you showing up in that content, right? All of that is building a virtual relationship with your client. All of it needs to be done strategically. Now, I am a big fan of evergreen, which means that everything is running for me 24/7. I'm not doing anything except showing up to sales calls, right? And then, of course, client fulfillment. And the reason I'm able to do that is because my ads are finding my clients for me 24/7. My funnel, my series of steps, is building a virtual relationship with them. It's showing them why I'm the perfect solution to work with them for the right client. And it's nurturing them through emails, through texts, through sending them to different pieces of content that I want them to engage with, so that they can fully understand the value of how I can help them, so that when they are booking a call on my calendar, they are already sold. They're sold on me. They're sold on my offer. And I'm going to take this a step further. I put the price of my offer fully disclosed in the funnel. Now that's unheard of. It's become more common because more people are following my lead, but I have always put the price of my service either as a price range or as a full price in the funnel. And the reason is because it is not of service to me or somebody else if they are not able to afford my offer financially. For my specific offer, and yours may be different, but for my specific offer, if they're not able to afford my offer financially, they are not a good fit. And so it's not of use to them. It is not a good service. It is not a good use of my time or theirs to book a call with me to learn on the call that they cannot afford the offer, right? And so that's why I said at the beginning of the call, I am not showing up to my conversations, you call them sales calls, I'm not showing up to those conversations to pitch, to handle objections, or to price, or to drop a price and then hope that I can convince this person that they're able to afford it. I put all of this before they even have a conversation, before they even book the call. All this is fully disclosed. And this is the power of the right messaging, the right conviction, the right belief in your offer, so that when somebody is getting to that price point, when they are getting to that application form and seeing that price point, they are not saying, oh, this is too expensive. If anything, they're saying, wow, this is a bargain. And not a bargain in the fact that I've underpriced, but a bargain in the fact that they're seeing the over delivery of what it looks like to work with me. Because again, when you are putting out an offer, as you already know, the value of what you are delivering should be lower than the price that you're charging. Excuse me, the value should be higher than the price that you're charging for your offer. It's very important, right? And so when you have that dynamic and when you know what that is, and if you're watching this video, you very likely already know what that is. If you're newer, you may have to have a couple of sales conversations to unlock what is the true price point for your offer, perhaps. In which case, you wouldn't disclose the price, you would disclose a price range. But regardless, all of this, from the ad to the email sequence that they're opting in and getting automated emails written by me in a specific way, and seeing video content, watching my YouTube channel, engaging with my social strategies, all of these things are building up the momentum and the excitement for somebody that has just found me online to now wanting to work with me. And when they see either a price range or the full price in my application, they are not questioning that. They see that as a bargain. They see that as, wow, I cannot believe this. And so they are more than happy to book that call. And not only are they more than happy to book that call, they are so excited they show up to the call. This is why I have a 98% show up rate, because I am not giving them anything to guess about. It's full transparency. And in the high ticket space, high trust and builds the right type of prospects into your pipeline. High trust, giving them the ability to trust you. And the best way to do that is to give them all of the information that they could possibly need before they step into that conversation with you. And so this is the secret, one of many, to my high show up rate. Now the close rate is, of course, as you've already seen, it's tied to that, because now they've already built a relationship. I don't have to spend time on the call explaining the offer because I've already presented the offer through the video content that they watched, whether that was a webinar or a challenge or a video sales letter. And so now they're showing up and we're just having a conversation. I'm answering any final questions they have because there is nothing in their mind for them to possibly object to. They've already seen the price. They already know what the offer is. And so now we can just have a conversation and they can say, yes, this is a good fit. And what it allows me to do on the flip side of that, is really protect my business and make sure that the people that are coming through are aligned, that they are perfect fits for my business. And so it changes the dynamic completely in the sales conversation. So instead of me needing to show up and getting, anxiety or, how do I say this? I need to make sure I say it the right way. I need to make sure my script is perfect. I need to make sure my pitch is perfect. I don't have any of that anxiety. I don't have to worry, can they afford it? Because they've already seen the price. All I have to do now is step back and make sure they're actually a good fit for my offer. And so it totally changes the dynamic. And when you change that dynamic, you change that energy on the sales call. And when that energy is changed, you create an environment, again, virtually, because it's Zoom or Google Meet or whatever you use, but you change the dynamic. So now that person is showing up more at ease, more excited, more likely to work with you because they have seen the value before they even had that conversation. And now they're in that room having that conversation. They have higher trust in you. They see how you can help them. And so your close rate, just like mine, can go to a phenomenally high percentage when you have all of this in place. And then I'm going to close with this. The last piece in all of this, and none of this will work without this, is belief. I have absolute belief in my offer. I have absolute belief that my ads are running and attracting and finding and putting my offer in front of my ideal client. I have absolute belief that my video sales letter, my funnel is written in the absolute best way possible, and there is no way that it could be written better. I have the absolute belief that anyone that books a call with me is a perfect fit because I have done my due diligence in all the messaging and all the copy and all the stuff that they're interacting with before they are even booking that call. And it's that belief, and of course my belief in my offer and my ability to deliver on it. But my belief in all of that means that not only have I created this system and this strategy and this way of moving people through my funnel, through building a virtual relationship with me, but it has allowed me to have a way to move my ideal clients into my belief system. And now, because I am so convicted and I am so firmly grounded in my belief and my offer, that then gets extended virtually, yes, but extended to my ideal client who's on the other side engaging with this content. Because the belief in the offer, the conviction in your offer is ultimately what is going to sell your offer. And this is why you can have one person who has an offer who is selling it at XYZ because their belief system says that this is what it's worth. Whether they're right or, whether they're too high or too low, it doesn't matter. But their belief system is determining the price of that offer, and people are buying at that price. And then you have another person with the same offer, and perhaps they're charging higher, maybe it's lower, but their belief system says that my offer should be priced here, and people are buying at that level. So it's your belief system at the core of all of this. And when you can understand that, when you can really tap into that, that's when you can unlock so much growth, so much opportunity, and so many new ideas and ways that your business can grow that you never even thought of. So I hope this video was so helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe. I will have new content out for you all very, very soon. I'll see you in the next video.